Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, TomatoGrass. This is the Wizard Room, Episode 7, a show where we talk about virtual pinball releases, high-scoring strategies, and show off some high-level gameplay. Joining me, as always, let's welcome to the scene Scoaljo. Scoaljo, good to see you, buddy. How you holding up, man?
I'm doing well. Hope everybody out there is as well. I'm glad to be here.
All right. Now, next joining us, we have Chalatalove. Chalatalove, thank you so much for tuning in this week. How are you holding up, my friend?
I'm doing great, brother. Thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to having a good time tonight.
And last but certainly not least, we have pretty much the undisputed best virtual reality pinball player on the planet. That would be my friend NixReviews. How are you doing today, Nix?
How's it going, everybody? I'm doing absolutely well. Thank you very much.
All right, so today, hopefully, it looks like we might have a little bit of lag, but it'll sort itself out. Don't worry. Today, we're going to be talking about the Williams Pinball Volume 9 release, which just came out on Thursday. So this new pack across all platforms, I'm talking @Games, I'm talking Steam, I'm talking Pinball FX VR, everything. Okay? We got three new games, or not new games, but three new games for us as far as digital pinball. We got Whodunnit, we got Taxi, and we got Pinbot, and we're gonna delve into those games in detail. But first, I want to pop over to NixReviews. Nix, which of these is your favorite?
Pinbot is my goat. It is one of the first tables that blew me away when I was knee high to a grasshopper. But Taxi comes in a close second in terms of fun and gameplay. Pinbot takes the nudge just because of all the flashiness, the bells, the whistles, the sounds. But I do enjoy both of them very well. I've yet to really play Whodunnit yet. I've just dabbled in it, but that's my next task going forward is to dive into that one.
Yeah, these games have a lot to offer. What about you, Chalatalove? Did you have a favorite when you loaded up any of these?
Man, right now, Whodunnit's kind of up in the lead, but the other two, man, Pinbot and Taxi, they're running a very, very close second, both of them. So I'm really enjoying this pack a lot.
What about you, Scoaljo? Did you have you gotten to play all of them, and did anyone catch your eye first?
Yeah, I've definitely played all of them. Whodunnit is pretty freaking great. The replayability is awesome, although I think I'm going to say Taxi is my favorite. After getting some hours on all three of the tables, I really enjoy Taxi. I really enjoy the way it plays. I like being able to build up to the last ball. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. So then as far as me, I don't know, man. I thought for sure when I was when I loaded these games up, I thought for sure I was going to like Whodunnit the best. Mm-hmm. But I played Pinbot first, and I was like, yeah, I kind of like this game. Then I played Whodunnit, and I was like, yeah, I do like this game. And then I played Taxi. I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this game at all. and I think it might be my favorite. I don't know what I mean. There's a couple reasons why that is, and we'll get to that when we actually get into discussing that table. But man, I think it's a 3-way tie for me right now. And the thing that's really great about these is that even though these are all relatively older, except for, I mean, Who Done It was 95, but Pinbot and Taxi are both in the 80s. And you're really getting a different offering with all these games, which is it's very refreshing, you know. So before we get into discussing the actual tables, I want to talk about just the format of the show tonight, guys. So we have the 4 of us. We're all going to be playing. You know how we do the gameplay portion of the show. We all will be playing. But also, if you go to the description of this video, there is the Discord link. And this is an opportunity for anybody watching the show who has figured out how to stream their gameplay. You can send me your URL, and I have it where you can send me it, and I will put you on the show live. So we already have a couple people lined up to do it. It's gonna be. I'm not guaranteeing that it's gonna be flawless, but it's gonna be pretty awesome no matter what. So if you guys are interested in anything like that, go ahead and do that. Also, there's going to be a giveaway tonight, guys. Okay, there was a donation from somebody. They wish to remain anonymous, but we're going to be doing a giveaway. Okay, so we're all going to play it's 2 parts. There's going to be a giveaway to somebody who's playing, and there's going to be a giveaway to a viewer. Okay, 2 parts. So we're all going to be playing all the tables. You can play Pinbot, you can play Taxi, you can play Who Done It, you can play all 3, you can play one, no matter what. At the end of the show, we will pick 1 table at random. We'll just do a wheel, pick 1 table. Okay. As far as the players go, whoever had the high score on that table during the stream wins a $15 gift card. For the viewers, during this discussion, up until we actually start playing, during this discussion, pick any one of those 3 tables. So if you think that the table is going to be Taxi, you pick Taxi. Obviously, it's going to be random. Pick a table and what you think the high score will be. Whoever picks the correct table and the high score is a tiebreaker will win the other $15 gift card. So go ahead, put your guesses in the chat. It's going to be fun to see. And like I said, it's the players are not just us 4. There's a couple other players too. So that's that. That's going to be really fun. But what I do want to get into now is, hold on, let me move over to the first table we're going to talk about is Pinbot. Okay, like I said, these guys, or like I told these guys, they can't actually see what you're seeing on the screen here, but we actually do have the play field up here. So Pinbot, okay, first one. I'm starting with this one because this was the first one that I played in the pack. Okay, it's a 1986 Williams table, and it was designed by the late great Python Angelo. Okay, he actually co-designed one of the other tables in this pack, but this was like really his baby, and it's just a great table. And the first thing I want to do is go over to Nix. Let me go over here, Nix.
Oh yes.
What do you think about the design of this table? Because it's an older game, 1986. It doesn't have. I mean, it's definitely got a lot going on, but it's not like super. It doesn't have like 50 toys on there. It's kind of more just like a shooter's game, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's definitely a shooter's game. This is a game where you need to be accurate. There is margin for error. You don't have to be precise, but you have to get in that window to be able to hit your targets. And the game's physics and the deflections can be punishing. But once you understand how the ball moves about as it bounces around the table, you will come to love Pinbot. That's wherein lies the challenge: is learning how to manipulate the ball through understanding the physics of the table. Because it's such a unique layout, and it's one of the Williams tables that has a center post right down in the middle.
That's funny that you mentioned that because I was going to mention that about the design of this table is that it's unique in the fact that it's got the center post. And Magic Pixel, take notes. Okay, that's a center post.
Is how you do
that.
Center
Is
post.
Exactly how it works. Because you know what the funny thing about it is, like because I'd never played this out in the wild. You know, I know there's some crazy stories about people that have played this all over the place. This game's been around a long time. A lot of people have played it. I had never played it, right? I played a good couple games of this, and I didn't even know there was a center post. I didn't even know it was there. I didn't see it. I didn't, obviously, I mean, you can kind of, if you're like not totally blind, you should be able to see it, but I wasn't paying attention. I didn't even know there was one. A center post is a great design when it's not a crutch. It's just there as something that could save you, but you actually, most of the time, you don't need to worry about that at all. I thought that was interesting, and it's funny that you mentioned that, Nix, because that's, like I said, Magic Pixel, take notes on that. So as far as how this game works, I know that when I fired this up for the first time the other night, I'm talking to you, Chalatalove, and we were right before we went on Papa Brad's show. I was like, dude, what am I supposed to do in the beginning of this game? And then there is a skill shot that involves that center matrix, which has how many spots are? It's like 30 different squares, or no, 25 different squares.
Yeah.
Can you and obviously, and then the skill shot also involves the ball going all the way up that ramp.
The vortex.
Can you? Yeah. So Chalatalove, kind of tell them what you were telling me. Have you learned anything more about that?
Well, that first part it reminds me a lot of Attack from Mars. You know how, like in Attack from Mars, you can hold the left flipper, and the ball will go back around, and if you hit basically the wall of targets, the wall will drop. Well, in this game, if you're able to get control of the ball and actually hit the target as the lights are blinking across, if you hit the correct target that is lit up during that first part, it will drop that wall, and you'll be able to start the multi-ball immediately, which is really, really cool. So that's kind of something that if you have the opportunity and get control of the ball, it's something that you really, really should try to take advantage of.
Nix, do you have anything to add to that? Because I know that when I have played this game, okay, I like, there's two ways that those lights go up. They have the horizontal light that goes up, and then they have it vertical. And now I'm always trying to do the vertical one. I'm actually always trying to aim for the yellow one because I can keep shooting that one lane, and sometimes if I shoot it a little, like, it'll keep coming back to me, so I can keep trying it over and over again. I don't know what that horizontal thing is. Do you know what that is?
What it is like after you launch the ball, it goes through the sequence where it'll go all the colors across, and then horizontal and vertical. If you hit the ball in the right panel at the right time, that's when it opens up. Doesn't matter what color it is; it could be any color. Most people go for the corner, right? Because they hold the ball, cradle it, and then they can aim the shot properly once they get it down. But more often than not, the ball kind of bounces out of the jet sometimes, and sometimes it can trigger it really early before it goes into that individual column sequence where of the flashing lights, where it's still all the lights are blinking and flashing. So
when it does that at the very beginning of the game, I'll just restart the game.
Yeah,
because that's like, well, that was stupid. I didn't vote for the orange.
But that's how it opens it up immediately, right off the launch. It's not easy to do. It's all a timing thing with how the ball gets out of the jets and everything. But I find personally, when I play the game, I don't want to go for multi-ball right away. I want to build the solar energy value.
Right.
I totally agree. Yep.
Right. And so I just focus on sending the ball up the ramp and getting it around and around and around. And not only that, trying to get the planets at the same time. I really don't aim for the drop targets at the side. To me, those drop targets are death, right? If you're purposely aiming for them, because if you hit them and the drop target that's already been hit, a deflection usually goes out the right out lane. Like, and you can't really do nothing about that.
Wait, which drop targets were you talking about there? The one
on the blue, the left blue.
Well, yeah. Well, also what I've noticed, okay, because you got those three drop targets. If you hit that top one, there's a post there behind it, right? And if that drop target is down, you actually are in really big trouble.
How do you say it, TomatoGrass? She go.
She go.
Go.
Yeah.
Going out the side.
I can't tell. I can't tell you how many times that a ball has ended on me because it just hits that post. Scoaljo, have you gotten a lot of time on this table, and have you noticed that anything is more particularly more dangerous than anything else?
Well, I gotta say, definitely once that drop target's down, and I was surprised at how the center banks aren't as dangerous as I thought they were going to be.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I do find more dangerous than I expected is the planet target all the way on the right. Sometimes you get a funky bounce out of there, or you miss it altogether, and it drains right down the center or the out lanes. But yeah, that's definitely the toughest shot for me on the table. Yeah, hitting that skill shot to open up the multi-ball saves so much time, and it kind of saves there's a chance that you're just going to lose the ball anytime you hit it up there. So if you can just open up that skill shot right away, it kind of gets it out of the way too.
Yeah, and one thing that I did want to mention is that like what you said, I think that because when you look at those targets in the center, because you eventually you're going to probably have to go for those at some point. Right. I mean, you can kind of go for the solar value and try to get the extra balls, and you'll hit that stuff in the inner rim. That's what I do. But every once in a while, you just kind of going to have to go for the stuff in the center. You would think that it'd be really dangerous because, it looks like that's just like Attack from Mars going for the saucer.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about Attack from Mars is everything is angled to even go more in the middle. Whereas this, it's unless you hit say that orange one dead center, it's almost never going to go down the middle. And if it does go, if it's wow, that is coming straight down the middle, you got a center post there. So it's a lot less dangerous than you would think. So I want to build on what Nick said. There's the solar value, which you can build up every time you hit that left orbit ramp. It increases that solar value by 50,000.
50,000, yes.
Yep, and that's what
up to 5 million. You can
5 million.
You can get it up to 5 million.
And I read, I don't even know if this is a thing. I read that if you're playing a multiplayer game, if you have more people on the table, that is across all the players. So that would be that's a weird mechanic. If you're playing with 3 people, it's dude, we keep hitting that ramp and nobody's collected the solar value yet, and it's at 2 million. That's hey,
what? That happens. That happens. Because once you get on multi-ball, sometimes you drain one of those balls before you even get a chance to get that solar value. That's how it stacks.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the games I've played, I've had that over 2 million before because I missed the multi-ball and I just have to go through the grid again and open it up and wash, rinse, repeat. But it's amazing when you get that it's so satisfying when you actually do hit it and then that you get that huge point boost. It's so motivating to
So tell me this, Nix, because for the first thing is I can point blank tell you how I play this game. Constantly going for that to pump up the solar value. Well, the first things first, I want to hit the skill shot, but sometimes I don't. Okay, whatever. I'm pumping up the solar value, and it has that weird thing on the right side of the table where sometimes it'll go down towards the jet bumpers. Sometimes it goes into that clear play field with all the pins where I'm actually kind of hoping it does that because it'll go down the right in lane, right? And there's a mechanic on this game where if it goes down the right in lane, it lights up that lane to the inside of that ramp. Where if you hit that 4 times, that's how you can light your extra ball. Okay, and
it's the target beside the blue ramp. For the 75K, the 50K, and the 25K. Yeah, once you that's actually your end ball bonus. You're building. Because that goes up to 99,000, so that's what you're building. And but
that fourth reward is an extra ball.
The fourth time, yes, it gives you the extra ball light in the in and out lanes,
which I'm pretty sure you can only do. I'm pretty sure you can only get one of those per ball because once you light that and then you collect it and you're on ball 1, it's I've never been able to light it again on. But then sometimes I feel like I have. Do you know anything about that?
You can light it multiple times in the game. I think you actually have to go through the planets once.
I've never done that.
How I get the planets is I rely on the left in lane rollover when the ball goes through there, which it rarely does because that left side where that rollover and he bounces, it's death. The ball's going out there. Depending on how the ball comes down on the left side, in and around there, it's really dicey. I usually don't have much success, but when it does go down on that in lane, it lights that. And the best way to get that target on the right is you got to do it with a stopped shot and really just let it roll off the tip of the flipper and really do a solid nudge. Like, don't do a quick flip. Like, press and hold the button, so make sure that flipper gets activated fully, so it gives it full power, and it'll hit it, and it should give you enough speed where you can get the right flipper up to just get a touch on it to then tip it over to your left flipper.
Gotcha.
Pretty much 9 times out of 10. And that's how I've gotten through the planets, because you get 2 extra balls when you do that.
See, that's something that I know that I need to work on, because like, I've gotten like a dozen million or something. That's nothing high, but like I never go for the planets. Like it just feel like I've just, because closing on this table, I felt like, pumping up the solar value and collecting it during the multi-ball is the way to go. Now, or at least what I thought, right? So I want to go over to you, Chalatalove. That multi-ball, you got to hit you could either hit the skill shot or complete the matrix, and then the 2 lights open up, and then you lock one, you lock another, and then you try to collect that solar value. Does that is that something that, like, is that like your main objective, or are you trying to go for some of this other stuff like
No, I'm definitely trying to go for the other stuff. I take the multi-ball opportunities when they come up. And when they come up and I'm able to start a multi-ball, you lock a ball and you hit that left ramp, man. You got to get, that left ramp is pretty much the center of almost everything that you're doing on this table. So you gotta really get used to hitting that shot at will. So,
gotcha.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to echo that. I'm gonna have to echo that, because that's your bread and butter for the whole game. Because the other value is the energy value, which is the jets, which gets built up by hitting them, and then you open that up by hitting the drop targets on the left. When they've got that flashing light that goes up and down, it'll open up the ramp, lift it up, and then you have a timer to collect your bonus.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that shot plays out on VR, but I know that at first I thought that shot was super dangerous, because it does go down towards the middle after it hits that spot target right after that ramp. But I know that if you hold up the left flipper, like, it almost always hits the top of the flipper and comes over. So
yes.
But even still, in my mind, I'm like, that shot doesn't really, like, that's something that's like, I feel like once you get to the end of the game, like because now that you've once you've pumped up that energy value to a certain amount, then it's really something that I would actually be going for, because like we were talking about in the beginning, like, to open that up, you got to hit those drop targets, and you hit that top one, man, you've just opened up a can of worms that could really hurt you.
Yeah.
So,
and if you can, you really want to wait to hit that top one to the last. It's not easy to do, but you really want to wait before hitting that. You really want to hit that top drop target when you are aiming for the drop targets, for it to be the last drop target that you're hitting, so you don't have a chance of hitting that bumper that's up above it.
I agree.
And also that, when you were talking about the ramp coming up, when you're hitting that shot, man, it doesn't make a very, very nice sound. It makes like a thud. So you're almost kind of like, oh my God, the ball's gonna freaking die and it's gonna go straight down the middle. So it's hard to sit back and trust what you feel is supposed to happen. But
believe in the physics.
Yes. We will go ahead and discuss that more as we're playing it. Like, I'm sure Nix could probably write a whole dissertation, like, thesis on that game, I'm sure. But there are two other tables in this pack. So let's move on now to this. The second one that we're going to talk about is Who Done It. Okay, so Who Done It is so that, like, the other two tables were in the 80s. This is a 1995 Bally Midway table. Okay, and I know that when I was looking at this pack when it was announced, This one seemed like it was more like up my alley. Like I was like, oh, this looks kind of cool, and it's a lot more familiar, and it's got a lot of different stuff going on. It is a great game, and the theme of this game is, a murder mystery, and there's 5 different characters, and somebody gets killed, and you got to solve the case. It's almost like Clue, the pinball game. Okay, hopefully don't get in trouble for saying that, but that's come on, that's what it is. Okay,
Yeah.
So let's go over to Scoaljo. Scoaljo. I feel like when you're playing this game, one of the main things is you're trying to solve the case and trying to get on the roof and get into that victory multi-ball. How like when you've played this game, has it seemed kind of like hard for for me? I get really confused here. Let me bring up the whole panel again. I get really confused with that elevator. Like I feel like it should work. Like sometimes when I'm like exiting it and then it doesn't, and then like it almost kind of just like I'm just gonna shoot the elevator. I'm gonna get on and off, and eventually that phone will ring and I'll answer the phone, and that's how I'm gonna do it. Have you like really dove into this table and kind of figured out how to solve the case the fastest?
So I think so. I felt the same way when I first played, that I couldn't figure out how to get the phone to light. I'm not somebody who goes into the rules. I just kind of try to discover the table for myself and look into the rules later on. I did find out that you have to light up taxi. You have to do the taxi ramps to get that phone ringing. And my favorite strategy I found is you can get a clue right off the skill shot if you hit the A. I believe it's the A or the X target. I think it's the A target. But if you hit the A target on that skill shot, you automatically get a clue and you get that phone ringing. So I've found that's the best option to get it going and get it started right away. And then after that, just load up on those taxi shots. Hit that center elevator. If you go down the exit, great, but most likely it's going to be coming down one of those lanes. It's going to light your taxi shot.
Gotcha. And that makes a lot of sense to me because, it's funny, and you guys can agree or disagree, but when I read these rules on these games, okay, the way that they're given on the AtGames platform, that means absolutely nothing to me most of the time. I'll read it, and it's like the way that if you guys have never played this whodunit game, the way that the rules are laid out is like, okay, there's an elevator and there's all these floors. You can get out. At this floor, and it will give you this. And it's like that's the only time that it mentions like interrogating a suspect. And I'm like, and that's why like eventually I was just like, dude, I'm just gonna shoot the ball up the elevator around some stuff. And then, but because I know that if I do that and I'm not trying to hit something specific and I'm kind of just hitting everything, that phone will light up eventually. So I'll have to probably watch Scoaljo play it a little bit to be like, okay, now I see how that, because one thing about this game, and I'll go over to you, Chalatalove, about this and see if you've noticed this. I did get, what did I get? I got like, I don't know. I had like the 4th on the back glass at one point. The one thing about this game is it's super high scoring, right? So if you're not used to getting a really high score, dude, play this game because you will get a high score. Like you're gonna get 1 billion, like no problem, like that, and that's cool, right? But where I got most of my score is, you solve the case, and the first 2 cases are like stupid easy. Like they'll give you a clue and they'll tell you who it is in the first word of the clue. Okay, so I feel like the first couple are super easy, and then when you get to the later ones, it's actually like I don't know. But once you solve a case, you get up on the roof, and you got to hit the taxi shot, and then you got to hit the phone, and then you get a victory multi-ball. And depending on how fast you hit the phone, it starts off at I think 100 million, like, and then and it's like a hurry up, and then once you collect that, and it goes really fast. Then once you get the victory multi-ball, every ramp that you hit during that multi-ball is worth that much. So if you hit it super fast, you can get it up to like 90 million. Now, one thing about this game that kind of turned me off to it a little bit is it's kind of like the Star Trek thing where, once you're in that multi-ball, you can hold up the flippers, you get the ball stuck on the left flipper, and you can just keep recycling that phone shot over and over and over again. Chalatalove, I think you've played this game on other platforms besides AtGames. I don't know if it was you or Retrotech, but have you noticed that about this game that like if you could get into that victory multi-ball and you could just keep recycling a shot, you could score billions and billions easily.
Yeah, on at games, yes. On VPX, not really. You can't do that on VPX, man. The VPX, the ball physics are completely different. Completely different. So yeah, that's not happening in VPX. It is on the at games version, and also the at games version. The ball plays a little heavier than the VPX version does.
Absolutely.
There seems to be a little bit more lag in this than the other two tables that are in this pack. Not that it's not playable. It's just you can tell. You can definitely tell the ball's a little heavier on this table. So you just have to play accordingly. That's pretty much it. You just got to play the way the table is.
Gotcha. Now, Nix, I think you said that you haven't gotten too much time on this table, but
No, I solved maybe about a case. I just was playing it around, just flipping it around, and just checking my shots and my angles. So I managed to play around with the elevator and hit the telephone and all that. I think
Gotcha.
the table is very very approachable. You're not going to be frustrated with missing your targets because the game, you can easily recover the ball. I think it's a lot of fun. Like you previously mentioned, Tomato, it's like Clue for pinball. I think a lot of us who are fans of that board game are going to be fans of this, and I think I'm going to enjoy this once I deep dive into it a little bit further.
Yeah, once you dive into it, there is a lot of different stuff. I just feel like, especially on this virtual pinball, getting that victory multi-ball and learning how to recycle shots and hold balls in multi-ball, because that's something we're all doing every game. We're figuring out how to do that. Just pretty much name them. Okay, you got Star Trek, you got Black Rose, you got even the Addams Family has got certain stuff like that. This game is no different. But one thing this game does have, okay, that is cool. And you guys are probably knowing where I'm going with this. I've never seen it in a game. It's got this side mode called roulette. Okay? And what you guys know what roulette is? It is so interesting. Like, and here's the thing about it. Okay? I've gotten to where it's asked me if I wanted to do it like maybe 6 or 7 times. And I've done it 5 of the times. I have never lost. Okay? Call it good luck, but do you think maybe it's a little skewed towards success? Because I'll tell you what, man, the one time when I think I got like 15 billion or something like that, I got it to where it was a 3 billion. It's like, you want to risk it? And I was like, I probably not. But, I can imagine there's some people doing that, right? So that's, hey,
jack the score up.
If that tickles your fancy, that's cool. Because I know that, like, when I did get my high score, I was at 5 billion. And it had it came up with like $1.5 billion or like 2 billion, and I'm like, let's go, baby. And it's like, come on, red, and it showed up, and I'm like, all right, that was easy. So if that tickles your fancy, it's cool. It's not game breaking either. That's the one thing I like about it, is that they're like, it's not going to ruin your game, as far as I can tell. I mean, if you have 10 billion points, are they asking you if you want to gamble 10 billion? I don't think so.
I don't know.
You build it. You build up your bet.
Yeah,
so
it
depends on what it is. But can I add one more thing on this?
I remember that much.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't know if a lot of people know about this. I just figured this out. There's a super skill shot on this table. And the way you get the super skill shot table is hitting the little area that's just below taxi. It's kind of covered up by a lamp. But there's a little arrow that kind of points to the left on the left-hand side, just below the targets. If you can hit the shot in that, you get to lock a ball.
I was saying, is that the basement?
It's
that's
not
like the basement lock, because normally it gets locked.
Yes, it's the basement lock. If you can get it inside there, you lock a ball, you get a multiplier, you get a clue, and you start the phone, and you get 20 million points.
Well, I know what I'm going to do.
Wow, yeah.
So you can get I think all 4 or 5 of those things just with that one shot, and it goes up every time you do it with a ball.
Interesting. Is it like a half shot, or is it like just barely not full, or like how do you know? Regardless, I was just.
It's really difficult. It's right at the tip of the flipper. You go the halfway, but it's just past the halfway mark, and it'll hit it. Now, it will do the same thing like Black Rose. So if you don't hit anything and it drains, you get to try again. And you can keep trying it if you don't hit anything. So it's just like Black Rose, man.
Wow. Okay.
That's cool.
That changes everything because I wasn't doing that at all.
Yes, it does. So check it out.
For me to try out. For sure.
I'm gonna.
Awesome.
I've almost got it to where I'm getting it 90% of the time. But sometimes the plunger will get a little finicky and kind of do something wonky. But I'm using the down arrow and allowing it to move up slowly, and that's how I'm getting the accurate shot.
Same thing with Black Rose too. You had to do that.
So try that, guys. It'll really help with the score and plus all the other stuff that you get.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
All right. On that note, so yeah, like, I warned everybody that this discussion is going to be a little longer than most. This whole show is going to be a little longer than most, guys. So don't just be like, holy cow, they got to start playing sometime here soon. Yeah, we will. Don't worry. We're on the last table now. So the third table in this pack was Taxi. Okay. So this machine was co-designed by Python Angelo, the guy who designed Pinbot, and also Mark Ritchie, okay, the younger brother of Steve Ritchie. But Mark Ritchie, and I was just telling Chalatalove before this show, when I first played this game, okay, I saw how the ramps were crossing, and it's got like the X of the ramps in the middle. I'm like, that reminds me of something. That reminds me of Fishtails. Yeah, it's the same guy who designed Fishtails designed this game. So if you obviously the theme is not anywhere remotely close, but if you ever feel like the shots are kind of similar, it's funny. Like if you actually start diving into a lot of these pinball tables, a lot of these pinball machines, like you will notice some things. Some guys have a certain style, and it's like sometimes you can play a machine and you'd be like, this feels like something else, and then you come to realize, hey, it's because that same guy who made that game made that game. Mm-hmm. So Taxi. All right. Honestly, was not on my list of games that I thought that I was going to like. I was like, that's probably going to be the weakest link. But as I played it, you guys know I love Fishtails, right? I just love the way that game flows. This game is not a disappointment at all. It's actually really, really fun, and it's been a blast learning how to play it. Go over to you, Nix. I think that this is what you said was your favorite. So what did you had you played it? You obviously probably played this table out in the wild. What do you think of this recreation?
I think they did an amazing job. They only made about 7,000 these things, so not on the same level as the Pinbot, but they really did a fantastic job recreating everything. The back glass and everything, the play field, the call outs, it's fantastic. The digital display, it brings me back to a time like the 80s, like playing these tables, because that was the technology. It wasn't these fancy DMDs you see on the Medieval Madness and Attack from Mars. But that's the thing. These were a precursor to those tables. Like you can see some of the elements in Taxi that they brought over to the other games, like that random award, the Joyride bonus that would cycle through, that got integrated in to the future tables, like on Medieval Madness with the Merlin's Magic, and same with Attack from Mars. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think one thing that a lot of people who are very privy to this virtual pinball, maybe they don't have such an appreciation for some of this stuff, but like if you really take a step back and you play some of these older games, and like this I'm not even calling this old. This is still, we're not talking about an EM table. We're just talking about something that's older than me. Okay. It's really like, if you just give it a chance, you can really get a real appreciation for these games, because one thing that these tables do that is amazing, that I think that some of these modern tables kind of leave to the wayside a little bit, is like flow. How a shot goes, like you don't have to have 50,000 things on a table for. It's just nice to have the ball. I hit the ramp and it comes over here, and then I hit, and then from there I can hit the ramp, and now it's back over here. Have you noticed that, Scoaljo, when you've played some of these older games that, like, I feel, especially ones that we're playing now, because they're obviously probably up in the greats, that I feel like that's one of their strong suits. It's just how, not even just that it's the simplicity, but it's that flow really shines in some of these games.
Yeah, and you can definitely see it in Taxi, and comparing it to Fishtails, like you were saying. Fishtails almost feels like it could be a Taxi 2 if they changed the theme of it. But yeah, Taxi has a great flow. And one thing I was surprised by, that it doesn't look deep, but once you get into it and you get through picking up the first set of passengers, then the modes change. The table changes a little bit. Different things do different. You only have one passenger you can pick up in the second round. So I really like that. Even though it's a simple table, it feels a lot deeper than it actually is.
Yeah, and that's one thing about about these games that I really like, is that it's very simple to know what your goal is. Okay, I joined this new pinball league. I play in a real pinball league, a couple, like 15 minutes down the road. Guy has an amazing collection, but he has a lot of modern games. And I'll tell you, man, some of these modern games, you walk up and it's like, yeah, it's got like it's got the card there, but that tells you nothing. Okay. And it's like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. It's like, and everybody's like, just hit the stuff that's flashing. It's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But I don't like, and that can only get me so far. I have to really sit down here and learn this. Now, on the other side of the coin, I play a game like this, like Taxi, right? Now, I loaded it up and I'm like, okay, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do, right? But within a game, I've got a pretty good idea of what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, and not only like how to get a score, like what the main goal is. Because yeah, it's got kind of a story, but it's like, it's not totally in left field. Like, you got to go do this, and then after you do this, you got to do this over here, and then when you do that specific thing, you could do this, or you could do that. No, it's like in Taxi, in case you guys haven't played it, you got 5 passengers, you got to pick them up, and then you take them to the airport, and you get a jackpot. Now the one thing that is it is a thing about these games is there is stuff on the side, and in this particular game, I feel like the biggest thing is that when you hit the ramps, and you can get it up to where you get that million bonus. Chalatalove, have you noticed that part of this game where once you hit, and I like that it's a mechanic in this game where you have to hit it, where you hit a ramp and then you go to the other one, and then it's because the in lane lights that progression. And I feel like that's one of the strongest parts of this game, and that's something that you have to get really good at to get a score. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree 100%. That it's that flow that you were talking about, man. You start getting into that flow and hitting those ramps, and that ramp brings it over to this side, and that side brings it over to this side, and you see your score progressing, and that bonus getting higher and higher, and you're like, just getting excited, but trying not to overdo it and screw up the shot, So
Right.
it's a great flowing table, man.
I like that you can get a big, because the high scores in this game, Nix, I think, what do you got, like 25 million on this game or something like that?
21 million last night.
21 million. You get up around 20 million, you're getting a pretty good score. But you can get a big payoff of like the 1,000,000 point bonus, like that when you stack up those ramp shots. It doesn't take yeah, you got to hit it 5 times, right? But it doesn't take you an hour, not even an hour. It doesn't even take you a couple of minutes. Like, you could do that in a couple seconds if you were really good. And that's what I like about game. That's what I like when a game can incorporate something that can get you a lot of points without grinding. Nix, I know you probably. I'm going to give you the floor here in a minute, but before you talk about what you really think about this game, what do you appreciate more in a game? Do you appreciate a game, like, in my opinion, a game like this where you can get a really big payoff in a short amount of time, or do you really like that grind? Do you like having a really, really long goal and then it pays off at the end?
I do like these because Pinbot's the same way, where you have to earn your points. You have to build the value. I absolutely love that, because with each of both of the tables offer, it's simplicity. There's not too many things to aim at, which gets you to focus in on getting good and honing in your precision. So yeah, I do value of what these tables have to offer. To answer your question, absolutely, but I do prefer the point building where it just doesn't give you all the points up front.
Right. But now, Nix, I'm going to continue to give you the floor because I feel like this is a game that you really do appreciate. What would you tell somebody? Let's say you got somebody who's pretty good at pinball, right? And you know they can learn, but they don't know what to do with this game. What would you, if you had 2 minutes? What would you tell them to do on this game?
Well, the thing is, if you really focus on learning those ramp shots, they're imperative to this table to do anything, because it's how you build, like you said, the 1 million point bonus, which is the most, mind you, on the table that you can earn in a short amount of time. The only other point bonus you earn is the jackpot, which starts at a base value of 500,000 points, which is only built when you get the rollover target's cab. There's a hurry up timer, and you have to hit the jets while that hurry up is going to build it very slowly. And other than that, the points very minimal on the table, 20k for picking up passengers. So I would really focus on hitting the ramps as well as the joyride bonus by hitting the right in lane, which will activate that light. So shoot the ball up there as much as possible because you get random point awards, you get extra ball, you get a special, also a passenger as well. So you don't even have to aim for some of those harder passenger drop targets like Pinbot or Lola, where you have the danger of the ball bouncing and deflecting to the out lanes.
Gotcha. One last thing I want to talk about, I want to say about this game is that you don't overlook it. It's the skill shot. Okay? Get good at the skill shot. Now I'm saying this is two faceted, right? Obviously, every time you start a ball, you're going to get the skill shot. But like this game has that 2-ball multi-ball, okay, where it's a Pinbot lock. Okay, every time you lock a ball there, right, you get another chance to do the skill shot. Okay, one thing I don't think anybody's ever mentioned this, but one thing that you can do, guys, and you can probably do this on Pinball FX VR, you can almost guarantee you're going to get 100,000 every time. The way you do it, it's usually pretty easy to hit the 75k, and then sometimes you're kind of like, is that going to go another time? Is it not going to go another time? I go for 75k every time. And then maybe if I end up getting 100k, whatever. But and the very last time that ball is going around that bowl, because it has that bowl, and you guys can see it on the top left of your screen if you're watching the show. Top right, it's on the top right of the play field. That bowl is very similar to the bowl on Creature from the Black Lagoon. Okay, it's a bowl, and it's got a little thing that counts how many times it goes around. Right. One thing I learned on that Creature from the Black Lagoon game, and watching somebody play it in real life, that's how I learned it. When you nudge the ball as it's going around, you can give it more momentum in that bowl. Okay, so if you, in your mind, to say I'm going to hit 75,000, the very last time it's going around that bowl and it hits, because that little ticker is at the bottom of that bowl. As soon as it hits that last time, give it a left nudge. Okay, and I guess in Pinball FX VR you got the joystick, right? But on at games, right, just do a left nudge, right? It'll give it the exact amount of power, whether it's too soft or too hard originally, it'll give it enough power to go around exactly one more time. You can guarantee yourself to get 100,000 every single time. So and that what I'm saying, and the reason why that's so important is because if you get that multi-ball a dozen times in a game, dude, that's millions of points on the table if you can master that skill shot. So don't forget to master that skill shot. Nix, I'll go back to you one more time. Have you noticed how much that skill shot can get worth? Because if you get a couple extra balls in this game, that skill shot's worth 500, 600,000 points.
Yeah. So every ball that you actually go on will increase the multiplier for that skill shot bonus. So, for instance, your first ball drain, when you're on ball 2, it'll be ×2. Ball 3, ×3, and so on. So if you can get the 100K, so you get it up to ×5. Friggin', that's 500,000 points right off skill shot, right off the hop. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then if you're, go ahead.
I have a question on the skill shot. Do you guys think it's worth going for the 25,000, getting the extra whatever you get a passenger? I think for 25,000.
I wouldn't worry.
I haven't even been able to hit it. I've tried to hit it multiple different ways, and I haven't been able to get.
I have a
get
few
the 25.
times.
I'm just wondering if it's good. If it's a good strategy to get that, or just get it on my own.
No, well, so it gives you a passenger.
Yeah,
I feel like passengers are. I'm not saying secondary, but that is not my main thing on this game. My main thing is honestly going for the skill shot, going for that multi-ball, and then getting that 1 million at a time with the ramps.
Honestly, with the amount of times you're hitting the ramps and we're hitting the in lanes, you're lighting up the joyride lights. So take a break from trying to go once you have the ball on the right flipper, instead of, and if you have the arrow lit to continue to get your million, don't do it. Just you see it, the award lit, just go boom, and then you might get lucky and you'll get a passenger awarded to you in the joyride bonus. And that's what I do if I'm hung up and I can't get multi-ball going because I'm on a passenger that I can't get. Let's say Pinbot, he's very difficult to get. He's on that side. So I'll just keep sending him around the ramps, building my million, and I'll take a break and I'll hit that award bonus, and I'll just wait. I'll wait it out. I'll wait till I get it.
I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on that 25, whether or not it's even
wouldn't even bother.
Juice isn't worth the squeeze.
I much prefer guaranteeing myself 100,000 minimum.
Yeah,
and especially when you get on the ball 5, man. Dude, you hit that skill shot and then you hit it again in the multi-ball. That's 1 million points every time you're doing that. So, yeah. So, guys, I know that this my goodness, this discussion went on a little longer than I was hoping, but still good. And before we get into the gameplay, I'm going to go around the panel one more time. Every single person. We're going to start off with Chalatalove. Is there a game that you really are itching to play? What are you going to start off with? And what's one thing that you would tell somebody about this pack that might not even have it yet? Do you think it's worth getting?
I think it's worth getting. $5 a game, for the Ad Games platform, I think it's a steal and a no-brainer. I think you should most definitely get this pack. When it comes to the games, gosh, they're all so good. They really are fun to play. They're all fun to play. So it's hard for me to pick a one table out of this pack, man. It's hard. It's a hard one.
Gotcha. Over to you, Scoaljo. What do you think about this pack, and what are you looking to play tonight?
I'm definitely going to start with Taxi. I think that might be my favorite table out of all of them, and then I'll move on to Pinbot, and then maybe some Whodunit after that. I'm thinking this might be the second best pack on the system, except for the one with the Medieval Madness and Getaway and Junkyard. This is definitely a must-have pack.
Gotcha. And Nix, if I had to guess, I would say you're really looking to play Taxi, but are you going to surprise us? And what do you think overall about this pack? Do you think it's a really good value at $5? I think it's still $5 a table over there on a VR, right?
I would pay the price of this pack for just Pinbot alone.
Right.
The way they recreated it. I have yet to see it on my PC, the Steam version, but in VR they did such a good job in recreating 1-for-1 ratio, how everything looked. It felt like I went back in time and played that thing. The lights, the sounds, the colors, it captivated me as a young boy in the 80s. It holds a special place in my heart. So, yeah, this has to be one of the best packs out of the Zen library, I think.
Yeah.
I'm with Scoaljo on this. It's up there. Absolutely.
That's the thing for me is that when I first saw the games And even the first time I played them, I'm like, okay. But as you put the time in on these, like that, there's a reason why we're playing these games decades after they came out. Okay, there's a reason why Zen decided to recreate these games. Okay, and it's because they're. I'm not going to say they're timeless, but they're amazing to play and appreciate, even if you are a huge person or a person that loves these newer games. It's really good to go back on some of these older ones. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to tell all these guys thank you for joining this super long discussion. I feel like we did get a lot of good points across, and these games are so great, and we had so much material. So I don't think it was too bad for us to go over a little bit. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll close this screen. These guys will be playing live on the table of their choice. And we do have a couple special guests that are going to show up too. So don't you guys go nowhere.
All right, here we go.
Holy Lord. Sorry, guys. We're just waiting on Chalatalove and Nix to get their streams cooking here. But Scoaljo is good to go, so at least we can watch him while these other guys are starting it up.
All right. I think we all are. Audio and everything should be working. Hey.
Ooh,
I mean, Nix's stream is working. You can see that pinball machine in the background. See, look at that. You can see it working. All right, everybody's coming up now. So we'll go ahead and we'll stay with Scoaljo for a little bit. I'm going to get myself a drink. Don't you guys go nowhere.
There we go. That's that nudge TG was talking about. Yeah, get used to this physics. Get out there. Nice. So if you get if you fill out the cab at the top rollover lanes, if you do that 3 times, you get a extra ball. Just so you're aware. I'm gonna try to get it up here, hit Pinbot before I start that extra ball, or start the multi-ball. There we go. Come on. So I think we got one more hit on. Nope. Alright, let's just start that multi-ball. Come on, slow down.
Got it.
This is Nix. Nix is starting
And
out
as you
playing
can
some
see
pinball.
here, I'm going to be using some little bow physics. You see I'm recreating that shot right there? That's how I get it on that flipper. Oh yeah, baby. Center post. Woo!
Isn't that
Center post.
That's funny. And then last but not least, we have Chalatalove in the middle playing some whodunit. So you guys can see, if you were interested in what all 3 of these games look like, you got Taxi on the left, whodunit in the middle, and Pinbot on the right. That's every table in this pack. Going at once.
Baby balls.
Follow that cab.
Stop nudging me, always the poet.
That'll be handy.
We got the revolver.
All right, so let's go over to Nix.
Right now. There we go. Alright, let's get the ball back around. Alright, there we go. Like that, just like that, see? Over and over. I can send the ball back like that. I have to touch it there. Ah, see, right there, that's the shot we were talking about earlier, hitting the post on the side of that ramp and out when the drop target's
Yep.
down.
There
you go.
That's the killer. That is the killer.
Jessica.
So as these guys are playing this game, in the very beginning here, let me go ahead and mute Nix. I'll go ahead and I'll explain what they're doing in each of these games. Okay? So if we start over on the left here, we have Scoaljo playing Taxi. Now, it's kind of hard to see, but all the way on the left side of that table, there's a little lane there. It's Dracula. Okay? All the way on the right side, you can see there's actually a little lane and a lock hole up there. That's Pinbot actually has spot targets over there, which are actually very difficult to hit. I almost never go for them. But that's Pinbot. Then you have Gorby, which is just on the inside of the right ramp. He's always the first passenger to collect, or not always, but in the beginning of a ball, he is. Then Lola, which was technically Marilyn Monroe before were told they couldn't do it. Lola is in the center. She's 3 drop targets in the very center. Those are kind of dangerous, but not as dangerous as you would think, because if you can't tell, those drop targets are slanted. Okay, so if you hit a drop target, it's almost always going to go to the right. It's not just going to come straight back at you. Now, I'm not saying it can't, but it almost never will. And then right in that little hole that he just hit there, which is just inside of that right ramp, that is Santa Claus. Okay, so that hole you want to get good at hitting, because that's your bonus shot for when you fill out the airport bonuses. Which, if you look in the very center of the table, you can kind of see how there's 5 squares there. That's his progress on hitting the ramps. Once you hit the ramps alternating 5 times, you'll light all of those lights in the middle, and that's how you know that Santa Claus hole will be lit for 1 million. So that's really what you're going for. Also, you can lock balls into the Pinbot's little lock there on the right, and then the starter, you got to hit the left ramp. And then I guess the main goal is just collecting all the passengers, and then you just hit Gorby's hole again for a jackpot. Chalatalove in the middle is playing Whodunit. So what he's trying to do, you can kind of see on the very bottom of that screen, on the very bottom of his playfield, there's 5 different characters. Okay? Now, at the very beginning of the game, they will tell you that one of the characters was killed, and that character will be totally lit up. So you can see right now, Victoria is lit for him as the second one from the left. So she was murdered, and you have to figure out who did it, who done it. Okay, and now you do that by you do that by collecting clues, and you interrogate suspects whenever that phone is lit. You can see the phone is not the left orbit, but the left lane right next to the orbit there. And then once you interrogate a suspect, they'll almost kind of tell you who did it, and then they'll give you an opportunity to pick who did it. And if you pick who did it, it'll immediately go to the wizard mode, which is you go to the roof. So this whole game takes place, I don't know, there's like a hotel, Tony's Palace. I guess, is that a hotel or something? You'll end the game by going directly to the roof where you confront the killer, and you have to hit the taxi ramp, which is that ramp on the right, or it could be the left orbit if it switches over there. And then once you hit that, you hit the phone, and depending on how fast you hit the phone is how much victory multi-ball bonuses are worth. On the right, we've got Nix playing Pinbot, which is it's pretty simple to understand this game. You can see that there's that little matrix of 25 squares in the very center of the playfield. It's kind of tough right now because he's looking over there at the top right of the playfield. But if you can kind of, once he brings it all up, you can see if there's 25 squares in the middle. Once you fill all those out, you can start a multi-ball. And what will happen is that little part of the center of the playfield will open up, and there'll be 2 holes there. You lock one ball, you launch the ball, and then you lock another one, and you can start the multi-ball. But before that, you're going to be hitting that very left ramp. It's in orbit, actually, or not even really in orbit, but it's like where an orbit would be. It's that blue ramp, and it goes around, and it pumps up what's called the solar value. And you can maybe see him hit one here in a second. Oh, he went out the out lane. Don't do that, right? You pump up that solar value, and then when you get into the point where you're in multi-ball, if you have the 2-ball multi-ball and you lock a ball, and then you hit that ramp again, then you will collect your solar value. So that's enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and watch Chalatalove play a little bit.
Impressive. Jackpot. Not bad. Most impressive. Jackpot.
So far, we've got 2 guesses, guys. Taxi 10 million and Taxi 14 million. Boy, if it's not Taxi, I guess nobody's gonna win. You guys, you can guess. You got a couple minutes left to put your guesses in. Ben, I will go ahead and try your link here. You're gonna have to give me a couple minutes though. It's not as easy as me just clicking a button and going, "Hey, I actually have to like bring up the studio mode, type it in."
Should I go for it or not? And what the hell?
Come on, baby.
I'm betting on red again. It's gonna bite me in the ass. I know it is. Oh, we did it! We did it! 1.25 billion! Holy shit!
That's always fun.
No. Man, the lag is just killer. All right, slow her down. Slow her down.
All right, Ben, I'm
Slow her
putting in
down.
your URL really quickly.
Tell me more.
I actually have to
about
type it in
Bruno.
though, so
Bruno just showed up looking
That's why
for
it's gonna
work,
take a minute.
so I hired him as a bouncer.
Bruno. All right, now I gotta chase after his ass. This is the part
So
I
he's up on the
really
roof.
don't like. I always tend to lose the ball here for some reason.
Call that cab. Impressive.
Bruno done it.
all right, Ben, I'm working on Ben's for you right now.
Man, that was 2 balls at the same time. That sucks. Damn.
You only get one guess, one guess per table, guys. We'll close it at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Eastern, so 9 o'clock, or 8 o'clock Central, so 9 o'clock Eastern. Ben, let me double check your link here.
Missed it. Man, that sucks.
Ben, I got the link up, and it says waiting on you, my friend. I don't know if you've gone live or not. But whenever you're ready to go live, it says waiting on you. Way too fast. You get one guess, one table, one score.
Almost lost that bad boy right there.
Because I'm going to pick a random table, and whoever picked that is the winner. And the tiebreaker is the score. It's supposed to be very easy. Unfortunately, nobody was doing it, but it's supposed to be very easy.
Almost lost that ball, guys. Was not paying attention. Was looking.
Well, while we try to get Ben's to work, let me go ahead and see if I can get this other guest on. That's actually really funny. Yeah, I know. I kind of went over it really fast, right? I thought it was simple to follow, but I guess I was wrong, right? No, you get. Go
right.
ahead. You're gonna guess
Here we go.
what table is gonna get the high score, or sorry, what table is gonna get picked, and what the high score is gonna be on that table. It's gonna be random. I'm gonna randomly select a table.
All right, here we go.
And the tiebreaker, like
Bang.
let's say 4 people pick taxi, is who's going to be closest to the high score. Doesn't matter if you go over there.
All right, let's get
Does
more
not matter if
solar
you go over the
energy
BB.
bonus.
It's whoever the closest is.
Boom. Another one. All right, 400K.
What's up, Jabba? Good to see you, buddy. Everybody say hi to Jabba. He says he loves this table, and we have all 3 on the screen. All right, let me try this new link, Ben. I'll try this new one. In case you guys are wondering, I actually had to physically type this in because if I try to bring up Discord while this stream is running, it will just
right.
like completely die.
Multi-ball happening.
In the meantime, watch Nix get this multi-ball.
There we go. Oh,
Oh, Ben, I got you, buddy.
that was bad.
Everybody, go ahead and welcome to the stream. On the left side of your screen, we've got my good friend, MadBenHan, playing some Taxi. Everybody say hi, Ben, in the chat. Yeah, Ben, you are good to go. The BME, I physically don't have the space to do 4 people at a time. So we're going to be doing a lot of bouncing. But I'm doing what I can. No, I can't, try to think of the logistics of trying to do 4 play fields on a 16:9 screen at once. It's not really possible. I mean, maybe I could probably think about some way to do it later, but you would just have to make them so small it wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't be able to work. What did Chalatalove get there? Somebody put it in the chat. Dr. Torque, you said congrats, Chalatalove. Go ahead and if you did get a score there, I didn't see it. Go ahead and put it in the chat. I said when I actually do the giveaway, I'm not going to know who won at the end of the show. I will put a post in the next day, the next 24 hours, who won, because it's just there's just no way I'm going to be able to keep track of it. But I'll be able to go back and it'll be pretty simple. But I'm not going to be on the spot at the very end there trying to figure out who won. You know what I mean? That 0.8 billion. That's pretty good. But yeah, and also, I know I had to get rid of Scoaljo there, but I'm going to be bouncing around. Like after we watch Nix for a little bit, hopefully he gets his million here. He's got a million lit. Ho 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 million. He needs to hit the Santa Claus hole. Oh, he just missed it. Oh, how did that not go in there?
Oh,
What
no,
in
I just
the
watched
world was
go.
that?
I didn't even try.
Oh my God. Was he waiting on a center post that didn't exist? Oh my goodness. Wow. I don't know what that was all about. No, Nix does not do the nudge pass. He does not do it at all. I'm sure if he added that to his arsenal, I'm sure he would be even more dominant than he already is. But he does not do the nudge pass at all.
We got one.
Answering Retro Tech here.
There we go. Get up there. Alright, we're going to try a hit. Ooh. Alright, we're going to go with that then. Joyride? Who are we getting from Joyride? We got a pickup. Sweet. Who do we pick up? Drac? Ah. Would have rather picked up Lola.
Let's go ahead and see. I know there was another guest here.
That ball is locked.
Let me go over to his link
extra
and see
ball.
if he's playing.
Spin out ×2. Get around there one more time. Sweet. Raise our jackpot. One, two, three. Nice. So we've got our carry passengers. The cool thing about carry passengers, if you get this, that lights that. Now our passengers carry over into our next ball. So hopefully we're going to hit Gorby right here and head towards the airport.
All right, here. So now I'm going to get the second guest on before
like
I
a jackpot
selfishly
first.
put myself on. Let's go ahead and do this.
Right down the
This will take
middle.
me a second, but I'm getting
Right.
another person on. We got even
That's
another
such a
one coming.
dangerous drop. I've been trying to figure out how to nudge there. Around there. There we go. So notice how we carried over everybody except for Lola. Let's release this ball and go ahead and hit Lola. Use get over there. What are we at? 4. Great score. But we could turn it into
Hold on.
something.
I'm working on it. Oh,
There's
man.
another 400,000.
Tell you what, man. This is not the easiest thing. I don't know. Why did I open myself up to this? This is some hard work. I'm kidding. This is actually really
Just trying
fun.
to get that
Especially,
XP.
you guys are like,
All right, let's get up there.
I
into
work on computers
Santa
all day
Claus.
at work. Let me mute Scoaljo here for a second. I work on computers all day at work, and I'll tell you the very rewarding parts of my job are where I do something where there's no way that should work. There's no way that's going to work, right? And then you just hit enter and it works. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting right here doing this. So let me go ahead and put Scoaljo's audio back on.
Get up there, release that ball. Got our joyride. Ah! Get around there. You really got to get a good shot to get that over there. Yeah, I hear you, Pinbot. Still didn't get him. Oh man, I thought I got him with that.
Where we
Joyride.
are
Maybe we'll
a couple
pick up
seconds
Pinbot.
away from getting our next guest on the show here, guys.
Sweet. So I'm going to try to lock this ball over by Pinbot.
Everybody, welcome
Dracula.
to the stream. Oh, let me move that up. Welcome to the stream. Pinball Wizard 2023, guys. You've been waiting on him to get here. Now he's here. Let me go ahead and make sure that I can hear the audio. I got to turn your monitor on. Everybody say welcome to Pinball Wizard 2023. See, guys, if you want to play, all it takes is just putting your URL in the description. You can be on the show, guys.
3 viewers, that's crazy. There can't be real people behind that number. There's no way. 75 again, like I've been getting. Yep. It's about my only points is whatever I get there.
I'm a software engineer by title, Java, but I do a lot of testing, a lot of treading on untreaded territory. Yes, yes, definitely. Welcome to Pinball Wizard 2023. The veil has been lifted. We still don't know. We still haven't got him on the discussion like we did with Ben, but at least we get to watch him. And he's obviously playing some Taxi right now.
I love Pinbot's voice. Oh my god, you're breaking my heart, buddy. Oh, come on. Not an excuse, but the ball does feel heavy in this game.
No doubt about that.
Sure, once you get adjusted to it. I mean, everyone else can play it, and they're getting good scores, so it's just me. It'll be a fun one to get better at. It's a fun game. Looks like a fun game if a buddy comes over, have a beer or two, show him one of the newest games that came out. His favorite's Theater Magic, so, you know, it's got to be a really good game for me to bother showing him. I mean, he's not a snob by any means. He likes most of what I've shown him, but that's really his favorite game is Theater Magic. I can see why. Oh, wow.
Yes, for sure he does. So now, but what I've learned for next time is what I could probably do in the interim here, because I had the guests coming in on the left side of the screen. What I should do is if I have more than one guest, see, because I actually have 2 copies of a scene where Ben and Pinball Wizard are both on the left side. What I could do here is swap. I could do that really quick, actually. I will swap it so that when Ben is on the screen, he'll take away Nix. That'd be fun, right? Ben is doing something good. See, I was going to actually try to play tonight, but when you got 5 people playing, I don't think I need to be on there. My job's taken care of for me. I know. This pack is really worth the money, guys. I actually saw it was pretty low rated by some people. I'm not calling out anybody, but it was pretty low. Some of these games were rated, I think, unjustly low. In comparison to some of the other games that have been coming out that are not Zen, this is, in my opinion, way, way higher. I can still stream some pinball. You want to see this? Watch this. You know what? Since this is my show, I think I get the right to do this, right? I go over to here and I say, hey, it's my time to shine.
All right, let's try to get it.
All right, so here, how's it going, guys? Hold on a second. Let me get this off the screen. So I am here. I'm still here. Hey, how's it going, man? How's this show? This is actually working out pretty well, man. We got 5 people playing right now. Who's gonna get the high score? I want to play some Taxi though. Let's see if I can get some of these jackpots for you. Now you won't be able to see me do this. Actually, hold on a second. What I got to do is I got to take this out. You don't have my DMD. I got to fix that, obviously. Hold on. Let's go to my sources. And then I got to go to properties, deactivate, and activate. And then I should have my DMD on there. Look at that. See? It just takes a little bit. Now, so you won't get to see this this little skill shot here. But like I was saying in the discussion, if you shoot that, right? Once it gets up to 75, throw a left nudge, you'll get 100 and it'll go down the hole every time. And that when I'm pulling the plunger back, I'm pulling it back to where it's on that second black triangle from the bottom. I'll do it again. There you go. Look at that. You guys can hear me, right? There we go. So now what I want to do is I actually want to start that multi-ball. Here's a trick. So here, I'll try to do it really quick. Here's a trick to this right ramp, okay? This right ramp going up is significantly easier than the left. The left has to go a lot farther for it to work. The right only has to go a little bit before it goes all the way around, right? So it's significantly easier to hit that right one. So a good way to do it is if you can hit Dracula's hole, it'll come around, it'll light up this in lane. You can do the little nudge against the slingshot. Let me see if I can do it really quick. Watch this. And you can stop it. See that? Now I had a free shot at that. Now it's gone now, but I had a free shot at that lane, at that little ramp there. To the airport! Let's go! Oh, I messed up. I didn't do what I was supposed to do there. What? I'm just trying to keep the balls alive here. It gave me a high mystery score there for some reason. Okay, now when you're here, you don't want to do that. Oh my goodness. I screwed that up in more ways than one. That's unbelievable to me. I'm showing you how not to play this game, by the way. There was nothing I could do there. Santa Claus is coming to town. All right. See, but like every time you're going for that multi-ball, you get another shot at this skill shot. And you really should get it. I actually almost screwed that up there, but I still got it. It's actually really hard to screw that up if you know the trick. No, I knew that ball was coming down like a son of a gun. I'll play just a little bit longer, and then we'll go back to the other guys. I really needed to do well on that ball to justify you guys looking at my mug on here for 20 minutes. But this will be the time that I get to play. Oh, I already had a ball up there. Whoops. Oh, no. That's okay. All right, we're done. We're done. Screw that. Jesus. What a joke that was. And I'll turn off my volume. Jesus, that was a joke. A joke or a choke. Right, you would think. Sorry, let me put Chalatelove's audio on. Yeah, you would think that Santa would get in a sleigh, right?
I hate it when it goes down there. Damn you, Pinbot!
She sounds like it feels good.
Hey guys, this show is going to be a little longer tonight just because it's such a big pack
hurt.
and we have such a bunch of guests. We're going to play this for as long as probably another hour, I would say, until everybody gets burned out. But just sit back, relax, and watch some gameplay, man.
Let's see. So far, I'm just under 4. Let me see what my best score is. Okay, so I already beat my best score, which isn't saying much, but that's what it's about, is having a good time and hopefully playing better than you did the day before or the month before.
He's got a 4 million game.
That's going to be a really bad spin. There we go, yeah. 1,000. A little excited about that one. Oh man, that hurt. Only one ball left now. I don't know if I'll get an extra ball, if that's even a thing, or how hard it is.
Yeah, I know. Stop nudging me. I agree.
But I already got my personal best.
They ought to just have a static view.
Launch again. Oh well. Oh No pin
what
bot.
I wanted to do. Oh, that was wrong. That was wrong. My bad. What I wanted to do was. I keep doing that. I'm sorry, Pinball. I'm not gonna do it again.
Did something good happen? Maybe 75. If I'm lucky, it's not going to hit 100. Nope. Oh boy. Oh shit. I got my other ball back.
Oh, I didn't mean to change those there. Whatever. We don't really care about the colors. I'll have to fix that another day, but I will. But in the meantime, we can bounce around a little bit, huh?
If we can light that for the 50,000.
What do you guys think of this, though?
Go back around.
We got 5 players
There you
and I can just bounce around. I can go beep, bop, boop, and I can just go all over the place. This is cool.
There we go.
Technically, with me, that's 6 players, man.
Why should you keep doing that?
I'm proud of it. It might not be the greatest thing ever, but I'm proud of it.
All right, let's hit this skill shot here. Nice. That skill shot. You really want to get used to that skill shot. That $100,000 skill shot. 100,000 point. It's a $100,000 skill shot too.
$100,000 skill shot. Yeah, I wouldn't even need to work no
Slow
more.
down. Get back around. Advance our bonuses.
So he's doing that solar shot. It's got one of the coolest. I'll tell you what. When you get that solar value, that shot from the left ramp, it is one of the coolest sounds that I've heard on a pinball machine.
There we go. Oh, come on. Let's get up there at 50,000. There we go.
Let's save that. Oh my gosh. Again, I messed up.
Pinball Wizard moved on to Pinbot. Not sure what his top score was there on Taxi. Like I said, as far as this giveaway, guys, you're gonna know what table I'm gonna pick. But as far as who actually won, you'll have to just tune in. You'll have to just check my channel tomorrow. And but regardless, as far as if you want to win, like let's say you put in a comment and you decided who you wanted to win. Or not even who you wanted to win. You decided what table you wanted to win and what the high score was, and you think you won. Check back at my channel tomorrow.
Oh, I fumbled it again.
Here, I'll mute him for a second. Check back at my channel tomorrow, and then I will say who won. And on that post, you can either put your email on that post. You probably don't want to do that. I also have an email address on my YouTube page. I think it's TomatoGrassPinball@yahoo.com. Nobody ever emails it, but there is an email there. You can just send it there if you want. I'm also on Discord. A lot of people know how to find me on there. You can figure out, just send me an email address and I will give you the gift card. But you're going to have to check tomorrow to see if you won or not, because ain't no way I'm going to know who won tonight. There's just no way.
Why did I do that?
I think this is a good thing.
That's the line of the
I'm
night.
gonna shoot the ball here.
That's the line of the night
nice.
right there. I think this is good. How many times have you told yourself that when you're playing a pinball machine? 'Cause that's pretty common on my end. I think this is good. As I do is hit that solar shot. There he goes. That's how you collect the solar. Get
I really got to learn this game. This is fun. I remember playing this on the Jersey Shore, summer of '86.
That's a little before my time, guys.
I didn't know the rules then, and I still don't know the rules, but this is fun. Wow. Those scores are a little distracting. But
yeah, I would definitely tell you to turn those off, man. I turned everything off on this one.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
The be me, that's funny, dude. I turned 30 this year, and I'm like the young guy. Even in this pinball league, it's actually, I'm pretty sure the guy who's #1 in the state he's probably my age or maybe younger than me. But like, I go over there and I'm like the kid, man. That's why on RetroTech's Discord, I was like, I am the kid. Don't you forget it. Yeah, 88. Yeah, I was born when hey, well, let me check my notes here. Yeah, I was born that whodunit table that nobody's playing. Let's see if I can find somebody playing that. That whodunit table, that's the year that I was born. So that table is as old as me or as young as me if you want to go there. Let's see if either of them are playing it. Chalatalove. Chalatalove is not. Nope. Nobody is currently playing whodunit. See, that's what I'm not saying concerns me, but it's just like, that's what surprises me. Is like, you would think that everybody would love whodunit and somebody would probably be playing that like all night here, but there's just something about Pinbot and something about Taxi that it's the I want to play that all night kind of game. So just letting you guys know. Let's turn Ben up a little bit here. He's kind of quiet. That's a little better. I do have a limiter on him anyways. Well, you guys got to see, I need like one of those like controlled decks that has like 16 channels and it's got like volume knobs, dude. OBS is nice, man, but this is getting pretty complicated here. I think I'm doing all right though. I honestly, anything apart from a catastrophic failure tonight was gonna be better than nothing. Let's see what Scoaljo is firing. He's firing up whodunit, so let's go ahead and watch what he's doing.
All right, so we're gonna play a regular game.
And then I was on the case.
Sorry. So
That
what
was
I
a
like
very,
to do is
very interesting, very interesting view on Pinbot
I'm
there.
gonna try that
You know what's funny?
skill shot Chalatalove was talking about.
I'll tell you what the allure of Pinbot is. It's because it's hard.
Well, so that didn't do it.
Yeah, if you want to compare it to trying to get the girl that's got you in the friend zone, yeah, that's hard too. But that's just hopelessly hard. Pinbot is not hopelessly hard. Pinbot is hard but you see it what other people score, and you say in your mind, I can do that. And as long as you play it smart and you don't miss, there's nothing that's really that unfair about the game. It's not completely just like busting your balls unfair.
The sounds on this,
you know what I mean?
They're
like
so crisp.
It's
compared to so many of the other tables.
I'm not gonna say that it's.
All right, let's get up.
I'm not gonna say it's the most fair game ever made. Like there's some points where, you know, like I said, like we were talking about in the discussion, where you hit that one drop target down and it screws you because the post is there. But don't hit the post. You know what I mean?
Nope.
That's what I'd say. All right, I'm gonna go get a drink and go to the bathroom. Right back.
Oh, is that 2 wilds? Got a multi-wall? Sweet.
Freeze.
Cool DMD on this table too, man.
You've been practicing. Jackpot.
Do we get that jackpot? Alright, it's only 75 rounds. Come on, red. Nope, black.
Darn.
Slow down. There we go. Well, we got that jackpot. That's cool.
I looked up and saw Lady Jackpot with all her beauty.
Jackpot, jackpot.
All right, I'm back. I'm gonna mute Scoaljo here for a second because I was going out and getting a drink, and I could hear Scoaljo playing, and it was really funny. So he went. I could hear that he went for roulette, right? And I'm picturing in my mind, like, what if you had like 10 billion, and roulette was a couple billion, right? Like it's a big portion of your score, and it just goes, come on, baby, and then you either win or you lose. If you lose, like, I know that I would be super tilted, like mega tilt, that I just lost all my points. And what does the game do? Darn. Shoots the ball back out. Dude, that would make me even more tilted. It's like, dude, I'm like really mad here, and you just go, darn. That is funny, man. All right, let's go ahead and hold on a second. Let's go over to this, and we will listen to Ben play a little bit. Ben is really on his taxi kick tonight. Hi, you're a funny guy. Stop nudging me. What's that? What is that from? Isn't that did they say that in Adam Sandler? Yeah, you're a funny guy. Yeah, Java, welcome to Pinbot. But that game has got that I'm gonna play one more game factor. That a lot of games, like Whodunit, I don't think has that, because it just takes so long. Like, that's one thing that I wanted to say about a lot of these games that a lot of people aren't really pointing out too much. Dude, games like, and I'm talking about digital recreations, okay? Virtual pinball. Whether you're on VPX or you're on At Games or whatever. Here, let me turn him down a little bit because he's clipping a little bit. Dude, some of these games, like Tales of the Arabian Nights, Theater of Magic, even Addams Family, they take too damn long, man. Like, you can sit there and play a game for an hour, okay? A game that is an hour long does not have that I want to play one more game factor. It just doesn't have it. Now, a game like Pinbot, that is kind of hard, and even a really good game, you get up to like, I don't know, 15 million. It's not going to take an hour, okay? That kind of game, or like Taxi, where I know that I can score really fast. I can get millions in seconds if I do really well. That makes me want to play another game. I don't want to play another game of whodunit, and I got to get the wizard. I got to get the wizard mode 5 times, and I got to get 40 jackpots. Yeah. Stop nudging me. That game is awesome in real life. And it's a cool recreation, but I just can't play it. I can't play it anymore because it just takes way too long. Let's see what Pinball Wizard's firing up here. You guys can get a look into the mind of somebody who is deciding on what to play. Oh, he likes that pinball game. I'm telling you guys, this right here is what it's like, okay? You think that, that pinball game, whatever. Look at Pinball Wizard. He went and played something else. He's like, you know what? I'm going to play that pinball game too.
Get around there.
I didn't even check to see if anybody else had put in a URL.
Tell me more about Victoria.
Tell me more about
I've
Victoria.
always suspected Victoria of fixing Texas brakes.
He's got to be on like a...
You think Texas?
Okay, case 2, because that wasn't like a total giveaway. I mean,
Victoria
kind of.
fixed Texas brakes. Oh, nice extra ball.
But guys, this is just
Extra ball.
reiterating here, and I'll mute Scoaljo. I feel like I'm muting Scoaljo all the time. Scoaljo, it's nothing against you, brother. He's the co-host. I can get a free pass on muting him. He's going to be here every week. This is, guys, you see how we got Pinball Wizard and MadBenHan on? They weren't scheduled to be on tonight. They just sent in their URLs onto Discord. Guys, I'm telling you, this isn't a fantasy anymore. This is reality. If you want to play and you don't have to worry about getting your own YouTube channel going and doing your own. Just figure out how to get your gameplay on a camera and send me your URL. I will put you on this show, guys. And with that, let's listen to Pinball Wizard play. Yep, he does. Jabba, figure it out, man. There's no pressure, and that's the thing. It's like, I don't want it to feel like there's a lot of pressure, because that's what's going to make people not want to do it. But it's not that hard, guys. Yeah, he is really. He's making sure that he's going to fill that out. Let me put that on full screen. Full screen on my end. There is no full screen on your end. Look, he just filled it out. So now he's got the holes open. And that's satisfying, man. When you fill that out and now you got to hit a hole. Don't do that, though. You don't want to do that.
Poorly. But I wouldn't expect anything better than that. I don't know this game.
That's the thing, Jobby. You live in the UK, right? Are you in England, or are you in Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Northern? You know what? That's my ignorance. It's not Ireland. That's Northern Ireland. I'm pretty sure you're in the UK, right? Let me know. I just know, yeah. If you're in the UK, you got to be 6 hours ahead of me, so that would make it, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That'd make it 2:30. So, damn. Sorry, bro. I can't manage where I live, and I can only stream after I get home from work. Manchester. Okay, cool. Nice, dude. Well, then we have to get you on the show because we want to hear you talk, right? I say that as a joke, but I'm half serious. We want to hear you. Are you from Manchester? Are you from the UK, or are you a transplant? Stop looking at me. You can ask me anything you want, man. This isn't. We don't have to. We can talk about whatever we want. But yes, I've played guitar for 22 years now. Now I used to play a lot more when I was younger. Like before I moved down to Alabama, I used to be in a band and we'd play in Philadelphia once a month. And I was playing bass in that band. I was actually a bass player.
Going. I still got some extra balls.
Tell you what, Nix's audio, it's really quiet until he talks, and that's really bad. You know what? Let's get a happy medium.
Right.
Let's do it.
Extra
let's do
ball,
it
here we go.
5. Okay. But yeah, I played guitar for 22 years. I played bass from the time I was 23 to 27. I played bass, but I played guitar for a lot of my life. 10 miles from where he was born, Java. Yeah, we definitely got to get you on the show. Get you on a discussion, man. I want to hear you talk about some of these tables, man. That'd be fun. Looks like Pinball Wizard's calling it a night, so we won't go back out. We won't go back over to him unless I see that he is playing later.
There we go.
Yeah, you've been playing. Stop nudging you. You've been playing longer than I've been alive, so I think that's a little unfair, right? But yeah, I started when I was 8, and then I really got into it when I was 16. And from the time I was 16 till the time that I was 20, 22, that was the biggest thing in my life. But once I moved to Alabama, because I used to play live, when I still lived up north, I would play live, because I was a singer-songwriter too. I would just play live acoustically at bars and breweries every weekend when I lived up north. But then when I moved down to Alabama, I didn't have I hadn't been playing down here for 10 years, so I didn't know anybody. I didn't feel like getting a demo together, and I just didn't feel like going through that whole thing that you got to go through to get into playing the places. So I just played for fun, and then I got married, and I don't know. It's just I still every once in a while I'll pick it up, but it's just not a big part of my life anymore. Pinball took over, that's for sure. Pinball is the biggest thing in my life right now, and it's not even close.
Out again. I did the same thing.
You know, Ben, you can play something besides Taxi. Oh, shit. Let's go over to Chalatalove. I feel like I haven't gone over the Chalatalove's audio a lot, but he has been on the stream the whole time. You know what's funny? Stop nudging me. It's funny that you say that. So, Ben, I talk to Ben all the time, right? Ben got a hold of me the other day, and he said that dude, he had like that whole. It's like a reaction time test, and they show you the echelons of all the different reaction times, like like F1 drivers and like pro gamers and stuff have like this level of timing, and then advanced level of timing is the next one, and then like normal, and then slower, and then like you have really delayed reaction time is the last one. I had middle of the road reaction time. I'm not superhuman in my reaction time, but I told Ben, I was like, I don't think reaction time tells the whole story as far as pinball. I think what's more important than reaction time is rhythm. Being able to not necessarily just react fast, but be able to know that like if I let go of a flipper and push it at this time and I can build a time in my head, like I can be really consistent in my rhythm, that's way more important. So I said there's a website that has like that rhythm test where you have to press the keyboard like every time that it does that, and then eventually that will fade off, and you have to keep pressing the keyboard to what that rhythm is. I say that is probably going to be way more important and telling of your pinball ability than reaction time. And I had like a really high score on that. Like I was like as high as you could get. And I think if anybody's interested, I think that's what makes a better pinball player. And I learned all that from when I was doing music, right? When I played guitar for 22 years, like learning a rhythm and being in time with that drummer, especially when I became a bass player, right? Because 95% of what you're trying to do, like to be a successful bass player, is to keep the rhythm with the drummer. Like you got to be one-on-one with the drummer, right? And that's where I got a lot of my rhythm familiarity. But yeah, and obviously, like just like what the BME said, that's just my thought. It's a theory, but I honestly think that's very, very useful in pinball, is to be very rhythm oriented.
Drain it, because a lot of times when it comes out of this, it sends it right down the freaking middle. You have no chance.
Stop nudging me. It's interesting that you brought that up, because a lot of people might not know this about me, but my first job when I was in high school, you know how some people work at McDonald's, some people work at the gas station. You know what I did? I gave guitar lessons. My first job at 16, I think I was 16 or 17 years old, I gave guitar lessons. I'd already been playing guitar for 8 solid years at that point, and I knew a lot. Because that whole time that I learned how to play, I was taking lessons. I took lessons for 7 years. And eventually I got to the point where the person giving me lessons said, you don't need to come back here anymore. There's nothing else I can teach you. That's how you know that you've learned enough, right? I actually gave lessons when I was 16, 17 years old. I gave lessons to some 5-year-old kids. I gave lessons to a couple 70-year-old people. That I did, and it was great, man. More than the majority of the time, it was a glorified babysitting service. It was somewhere for their parents to send a kid for a half hour. But some people actually did want to learn, and it was fun. But yeah, I gave lessons when I was 16 years old, and before I was doing that, you know, I was a classic rock guy, heavy metal guy. You know, Jabba says, you know, he's talking about a pinball pack where they got Iron Maiden, AC/DC, Metallica. Yeah, right up my alley. Like, that is, you know, who I listen to. But once I started giving lessons, dude, I had to learn everything, man. There was a lot of people that wanted to learn how to do country, and I hated country before I started giving lessons. And then I was like, yeah, I actually kind of like some of this. I listened to pop. I listened to a lot of jazz. I listened to the heaviest of metal. I mean, I had to. There was one guy that he was showing me every death metal band that he wanted to learn, and I was like, okay, well, if you want to learn it, I'll teach it to you. And I had to learn it, and then I'm sitting there learning some like melodic death metal stuff, and I'm like, man, this stuff is complicated and it's hard, but it's good. So I have learned to appreciate everything, and that's stayed with me, you know, because like, yeah, I might be 10 years older, 15 years older than I was, but I'd still appreciate all that kind of music. So, and of course, yes, there were the people that said, hey, the one kid said, hey, I want to learn how to play In Bloom by Nirvana. And I was like, I don't think I even have to look that one up. I can just write it down for you. You can't do that, man. Jabba, if you're asking me if I like Upchurch, I haven't really got into his music. I haven't been really exposed. I know that he's like a country rapper, and you would think I would know who he is because I'm pretty sure he's from like Nashville, and I only live like an hour and a half from there. But I haven't really listened to his music much. Well, Nirvana is one of the best ever, man. I mean, Kurt Cobain was one of even though Billy Corgan has been on the record saying he was the best songwriter of the 90s. I mean, okay. Kurt Cobain, come on. I think I'd go that route a little more. But what do I know? Looks like Pinball Wizard is playing, so let's get him on the screen. Yeah, I bet he is, man. I'll have to check it out. There's no reason to be sorry. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. When I was stop nudging me. When I was in the band, when I'd play in Philadelphia once a month, the guitar player singer was a huge Nirvana fan, and he was always talking about that Bleach album, and he was just a huge fan. He was a fan, you know, the earlier Nirvana. Like he didn't really care too much about Nevermind, but like that Bleach album, loved it. Every time I went and hung out with him, that's what we were listening to. Yeah, 50. You aren't kidding. You know what?
Come on.
Yeah, if Zen could make some like original packs of music, you guys already know that I think Guar would be the best ever. But if they could do Guar, Megadeth, they could do.
What the Real Wizards are doing right now?
They could do a whole bunch of stuff. Real Wizards, Pinball Wizard, you're already on, man.
I'm just floundering here.
That's how it goes, though. For real. Def Leppard pinball. Dude, that would be pretty sick. High and dry. That'd be pretty sick, honestly.
Hey, Tex.
Let me move your text up a little bit so it's blocking your DMD. Oh, Wizard must have moved his camera. Guar, Papa Brad, Guar Pinball. Could you imagine, man? Imagine the toys on that thing. It's a gold mine.
Come on.
The Nirvana, the MTV Unplugged. It's one of the greatest ever. And what was great about that Nirvana MTV Unplugged was they played a lot of songs that weren't their biggest ones, right? They didn't go out there and play Smells Like Teen Spirit. They were playing some of the stuff that
Nice.
people who claimed to be Nirvana fans didn't even know.
There
And
we
just
go.
killed it.
Caught him. Oh shit.
Directly
100,000.
High and above anything else that MTV Unplugged ever did. Although the Kiss MTV Unplugged is pretty close second. Whether or not you're a Kiss fan, that show was amazing. But Nirvana was clearly the best, but Kiss a close second. Never heard of Guar Retro Tech? Oh boy, you're in for a real treat. Go ahead and listen. Go ahead. It's the first Guar song, and I think it's the best produced. They call it what the hell is the name of that song? It's one of their big ones. Let Them Slay. Let Them Slay by Guar. Dude, like that's like the Guar anthem. I know that Sick of You is like their most popular song, but I think that Let Them Slay is like amazing. And that would be like, dude, if they made a pinball machine, like that was the multi-ball song. Oh my god, it'd be amazing.
And then
I digress.
I think I did it pretty well.
Alice in Chains Unplugged too. Yes, yep. That's why, like, I was saying, I'm saying Kiss saying it's a close second, but I'm like, there's a bunch that were really good. Honestly, that whole series, it's like every time they ever did an act Unplugged, it was really good. Were there any bombs? I don't even know. Were there any bombs on MTV Unplugged? I don't know. Sick of You, Brad. Yeah. That's the one that's like their most popular song. And it's a good one. It's one of their older ones, and it's like you can tell like when you listen to it, like it's dated because like the production wasn't there yet, but it's still a great song. I mean, that doesn't mean anything, right? Especially for a band like Guar. But the first song I ever heard from Guar was "Let Them Slay." I never saw them live, and now David Rockies, whatever, but. I never got to see them, but apparently those shows are amazing, and that's why I just like I think that would make an amazing pinball machine because you could just go bananas. Let's see who else we can get on here. We're gonna end the gameplay around like 9:15. It's gonna be a 3-hour show, so we'll end it around 9:15, and then we will go to the debrief.
Shoot.
Say what is Nick's done? Is Nick's done? I've been bouncing around so much. Okay, I didn't see that he was done. Well, good, glad you can make it, Nick's. Yeah, so, dude, I got 5-6 people I'm bouncing around, so I featured you a little bit. It's just tough to bounce around everybody, but everybody say thank you to Nick's for being here. So obviously he won't be here for the discussion portion, but really glad that he could make it. Thank you so much for coming, Nick. Go over to his channel and subscribe. He is like he played all of these tables. I don't think he didn't do Whodunit, but I know he played Taxi and he played Pinbot on a stream live these last couple days. Not obviously when the pack came out, will say that he was preparing for this amazing show. I'm just kidding. He's putting out some great content. Go over to his channel and subscribe and follow that guy. He is, without a doubt, the best Pinball FX VR player in the world. So, thank you, Nix. Of course. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed your time, man. When I'm bored at work tomorrow, I'll have to go through and poke through this stream and figure out what the high scores were. It's going to take me a minute, but I'll do it. Glad, thank you, man. I try to make it as easy as possible on you guys. All right, we'll continue to listen to Ben for a little bit here. Like I said, we're gonna play until just a little bit after 9, just maybe a little bit longer, and then we will go to a debrief. Anybody who has streamed or hasn't streamed is welcome to join the debrief. You know, obviously Nix is not going to be there, so anybody who wants to come in and take that 4th slot, it's up for grabs. Dude, we can have 6 people in the discussion for all I care. But that's where we're at right now. I'm going to go get myself one more drink and go to the bathroom, but you guys can watch Ben play this game of Taxi for just a minute. He just got the airport bonus. Watching Ben play is like watching a ballet, isn't it? I tried playing earlier and I looked like I freaking had no idea what I was doing. It looked like it was the first time I ever played the game. I got a lot of other stuff I'm focusing on here. Looks like Ben's gonna get his backlash score on this. But guys, this is the point of the stream where we're going to be ending the gameplay. I unapologetically ask if you have enjoyed the content, this would be the time to put a like on the video. I'm not asking for a whole lot. That just tells me if you like it or not, right? Because I look back on my videos and I'm like, okay, the people like this stuff and they didn't like this stuff. I'm trying to make it better every week. But go ahead and put a like on the video, subscribe if you like the content and you're new. And if you don't like the content or you want to see something better, comment on the video, okay? Because I do listen to criticism, even if it's kind of mean, right? There was a person last week who said, "Hey, put up a picture of the table while you're describing the table, for crying out loud." They were they were not very nice about it, but they said, "Put a picture up for fuck's sake." So you know what I did this week? I said, "Hey, we're gonna have 3 tables up while we're doing this discussion. Let's have a picture up while we're talking about it." You know, it doesn't matter that they were completely mean about it. I was just like, "Hey, you know what? That's actually a really good idea." Oh, I was just gonna go over to Scoaljo, and then MadBen just lost. Well, what did he get? What did he get? He was at like 14 million, I think. Yeah, my most liked video ever is 28 likes. It would be really cool to get above that. Not saying that I have to, but 15 million, that's pretty good there, Ben. Scoaljo was just in something.
Trixie had
he was just... oh, no, wait, it's Chalatalove. Let's go over to Chalatalove. He's in the wizard mode.
Man, I was hitting these freaking shots over here.
And that's it.
Not much anymore.
No, we still got 2 balls. What you really want to do here, though, guys, that he's not doing, is hold... Okay, see how he's holding... Oh, okay, no, never mind. He's not doing that. What you want to do there is you want to hold that ball on the left flipper.
And balls come down.
You want to hold that ball on the left.
It doesn't matter what game you play.
I don't think Chalatalove's having a good time tonight. Hey, you know, some nights be like that.
Of course, you're gonna hit that ball.
Yep, of course it's gonna
go up. Come on. That's a bunch of crap.
Oh, Jesus. When it rains, it pours, guys. That's what looking at some bullshit looks like. Oh, that's funny. Oh, sorry, Chalatalove. I'm laughing at your expense, but that was funny.
I think it was Trixie then. Yep, it was Trixie. So we can capture her.
So yeah, Ben has a really good chance of winning. But guys, like I said, it's gonna be random what table we pick. Ben was really just banking on us picking Taxi, I guess. But if I end up picking Pinbot, Ben has no chance.
Yes.
So we shall see.
Not a ton of points, but we got
Go
another
directly to jail. Do not pass
Trixie
go.
Dunnit.
Do not collect $200.
Do not collect. You say do not pass go, do not collect 200. Monopoly. I would put Pinball Wizard back on, but he has completed his night, it looks like. So it looks like we're on the last 3. We will we'll play this for another 5 minutes, guys. So at 10 after, we will go to the debrief. And anybody who wants to join the debrief, go to my Discord and go to that Video Ninja link. All you have to do, you could do it right on your phone. You don't have to do anything special. You don't even have to have a webcam. You can do it right on your phone. Join us for the debrief. Say, you know, even if you didn't play tonight, if you were just watching and you're like, hey, I really enjoyed that. Tell us that you enjoyed it. Come join the discussion. We're going to be doing that in another 5 minutes here, guys. So 5 minutes remaining in the period. We've only got these guys left, so I don't even use studio mode anymore. But I do want to give a huge thank you to Scoaljo, Chalatalove, MadBenHan, Pinball Wizard 2023, and NixReviews for all taking a chunk of their night out and saying, hey, you know, let's give TomatoGrass a good show. And y'all did, man. How great was this? We were like, it was my dream to be able to go out and make this product of being able to watch us all play. Even if just at the last minute, if Ben or Pinball Wizard say, hey, I want to play. I didn't know Pinball Wizard was playing until, the show started at 6:30. I didn't know until 6:25 that he wanted to play. But I could put him on there. No problem, guys. It's not that hard. And I know for future reference, I can make a couple scenes where some of those sources, like, because, Chalatalove was never taken off the screen. Nothing against you, Chalatalove. I'm not saying that you should have been taken off, but I'm just saying the way that I had it worked out, you never were taken off. And I know that could be better. Somebody could be in the center, somebody could be over on the left. I can change that. But I wasn't sure how it was going to work. I kind of needed to try it out before I could figure it out. But now that I've seen how it works, that's going to be no problem at all. I tried, you know what the problem was? It's like, I really wanted to try to play. I didn't even keep your message. I can keep your message up a little longer. I was so distracted trying to do all this that I just didn't get to play. Man? You know what I'll do? I think it's only fair, guys, because I actually do have my one scene.
Come on.
Here.
Get the cab.
3 cables with TV. And Scoaljo and Chalatalove are still playing. I'm going to restart this game. Here's how this is going to go, guys. The last of the gameplay is going to be yours truly. Okay? I'm going to play some Taxi. I'm probably not going to do what Ben did. But I'm going to play this game, and after this game, if I get to like ball like 2.5, and I'm like, I'm not going to beat that 15 billion, then I don't care. But this is going to be the last game. When I am done with this game, we are going to go to the debrief. Okay? So I can just go ahead and just take this out of studio mode and just know that this is going to be the last game. Okay? Hope you guys enjoyed the show. The host will get to play for a little bit. And go ahead and put a like on the video. Comment what you think I could do better. Okay, well, that's just dumb. I'm not doing that. I should have done the nudge. I even said that you should do it every time. Okay. I won't restart this game. There you go. See, you can get that last one. Now all I want to do is start the multi-ball. Oh, wow, that came down like lightning. Really? Whew, that should have went down the middle, but it didn't, luckily. Yo, I can't hit Dracula? What's going on here? Okay. Yo! Get in there! Now I can do that. I can do that again. right, here we go. Yo, that was stupid. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about, baby. All right. There we go. That was a shot there. Oh, you bastard. It's still good. I'm still doing good here. Oh, God. Look at that slap save. Look at that slap save, guys. Believe it or not, I do know how to play this. All right, here we go. What time is it now? 9:12. That was garbage. I'll take a joyride, though. Oh. Okay, come on. Let's get the multi-ball cooking. There we go. All right, we got our extra ball. Ooh, that's not good. That is not good. Ooh, we saved it. Thank God. I'm one shot away from that million again. If I can get one more loop. Okay. If I can get one more loop, I can light up that million again, which is what I really need to do. So you know what the easiest way to do this is? The easiest way to do this is to do a nudge pass from the left to the right. So you pass the ball from this flipper to this flipper. You shoot it in the Dracula. It will shoot the ball all the way around this loop, and it'll come back down to this flipper. And I can nudge it against the slingshot and hold it here, and that ramp's going to be open. And then once it hits that ramp, it just goes all the way around, and when it comes there, I shoot that Santa Claus hole, and it's 1,000,000 points. That sounds like a lot, but guys, I actually can do this. Watch. I almost did it! God damn it, that would have been so sick, dude. I had done everything up to the last shot. Wow. I had that million lit. Wow, is this still? No, it's not. It goes away when you drink. Damn, I had done everything, bro. I was putting on a clinic. Wow. That's probably the game ender, but regardless, that was almost sick. To call that out and then do it. So now what you do, you get Gorby, you get him. Now the lock is lit for the multi-ball again. Wow. I didn't want the joyride, but I'll take it, I guess. I kind of don't really care what I get there. I'm really just going for that because now I get another skill shot. Now I can get 200,000. I got distracted because my my AirPod died as soon as I freaking as soon as I did that. I don't know if it's going to connect back. We'll see if it does. But let's go ahead and just. I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this last ball, and then we'll go to a debrief. I'll let you guys know what I scored later. But this game ain't going to be more than probably 8 billion. I didn't get all night to try though. I'm just kidding. What the hell did I get there? I'm about done here. Okay, Dracula, I'll pick you up. Jesus. That's gonna do it. I'm so far away now. It's not even funny. Yeah, that's fine, guys. This was fun though. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna shut down my live stream thing. We're going to go to the video ninja link. So anybody that has streamed or didn't stream and wants to be here, come join that link. Don't you go nowhere otherwise. I gotta put it on. All right, guys, that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching that. It was quite a marathon bouncing around between. We had 6 people playing at one time. That's including me, but 6 people. Can you believe that? So let me go ahead and add everybody here. So obviously there was Chalatalove, there is Scoaljo, and there is a new face, Pinball Wizard 2023. Great that you could be here, man. I hope you guys all had a good time. Pinball Wizard, let's start with you since you're a new face. Did you enjoy tonight? How hard was that really to get it going? Was it worth it?
It was totally worth it. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't really that hard to set up. I mean, I just used Twitch on my iPhone, and you mmade it work on your end, however you did it. So I mean, that was cool. It was really fun. I have no idea. Like, I had the your stream on, but I couldn't really hear it, so I don't know how everyone else did. But I just had fun, and I mean, I had 2 of my personal bests. For
Congrats.
you know, I had 28 on. I got on the leaderboards for Taxi with number 28, and Whodunit I'm like number 57, and Pinbot is still a bitch, you know.
It's funny though, man, because I know everybody's talking about Pinbot, but it seemed like every time I was coming back to you, it was like, dude, that guy's going back to Pinbot. That Pinbot touched a place in his heart. It must have.
It did. While I was playing that, at one point, I said something about how I remember playing this on the Jersey Boardwalk in 1986 with my buddy, and I can't wait till the next time he comes over so we can play it again. You know, so I don't remember any of the rules or anything, but that doesn't matter. I had a blast, and thank you again for letting offering anyone to come up and be on the show. You know, if you're on the fence about streaming, guys, do it. It's easy and it's fun. And if you don't like it, at least you know you don't like it.
Right, at least give it a try. That's why, like I was telling you, because I know there's a couple people there's a lot of people that are on the fence about it. But that's why I was like, well, how about I just make it as easy as possible for somebody who doesn't really know what they're doing to just give it a try. Because guess what? If I had tried to pan to you and it just wasn't working, I'd just be like, okay, I'll just go over to Chalatalove. No pressure. So I'm really glad that you can make it, and we did get to see some of your gameplay. And actually, when you were talking about when you used to play that on the Jersey Shore, I that was on the stream, that was live. So
cool.
There was a couple things that we heard from you that were live. Let's go over to Chalatalove. Chalatalove, which of those games that you played tonight was your favorite? I mean, that's a loaded question. Which was your favorite, but which one did you have the most success with? I would say.
Whodunit tonight, man. Whodunit was I think my first game of Whodunit. I was fresh, I was ready to play, I was excited, and I did pretty well on Whodunit. The other two,
that actually blows my mind there. That actually blows my mind there, Chalatalove, because we were watching you on the last game that you were playing there, and it was like, man, I think he's done tonight, because it was just like, I think you were in like the one wizard mode, and it was just like. Every shot was like, well, yep, there that goes. And I was like, dude, he is not in a good frame of mind right now. And double outlane drain. And I was like, that ought to do it. That ought to do it. But that's how it goes, man. Scoaljo, did you have a good time tonight? What did you have the most fun with?
I had a fantastic time tonight. I think I had the most fun with Taxi. I love Taxi. And like Pinball Wizard was saying, Pinbot is a biatch. It can be a pain in the butt sometimes.
Absolutely. I
don't know why. Sometimes the shots just don't hit. But yeah, definitely love Taxi tonight. And I put up, I think, 6 billion on Whodunit. So that is okay. But I was pretty happy with it.
Gotcha. Well, guys, tonight was really fun. This is just a taste of what's to come in this channel, because this was really more of a proof of concept that I was like, hey, somebody who's brand new, who has no idea what I'm doing over here, I hope that it's easy for them to come over here and join. And Pinball Wizard, I'm so glad that you can make it. I hope you had a really good time. And I hope that you can be like, kind of like you can tell people, be like, hey, I hadn't really known what to do, but he made it super easy, and it's a lot of fun. So, because that's what makes this community the best, is people just getting together and playing these games and having fun. That's the most important thing. But anyways, we'll go. We'll call that a stream. I know we've been going for a solid almost 3 hours now. But I said before we started, I knew this was going to be. A lot. But if anybody else has anything to say, we'll go around the panel one more time. Chalatalove, any last words?
Just thanks for having me, man. I had a blast, and I can't wait to do it again, brother.
Absolutely. Glad that you can make it. I'm not sure what the next one will be. Isn't Williams releasing something like tomorrow, like on Thursday or something, or Wednesday? I don't know.
I think Wednesday.
Yeah, they're supposed to be. And they've been releasing stuff. I think I was reading, I think that's protected that like. They were really waiting on that firmware, and then the firmware dropped, and now it's like the floodgates have opened, and we're going to probably start getting a lot of stuff. But we'll see. Anyways.
Let's hope so.
Well, I know, right? How about you, Pinball Wizard? Any last thoughts?
No, just the one thing you mentioned just real quickly about the firmware. After streaming, I turned off my machine, booted it back up, and I had to log in again.
Really?
To access my table. Yeah. And it looks like I was testing it, but then you started this part. I booted up my micro. I think the leaderboards, they might have made some headway on getting those working. I haven't finished, but I had to log back in on that for the second time tonight too. So they're doing something with firmware. Hopefully they got this stuff working for us.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, you know, I can't even count on if I had 50 hands, how many times I had to log into this machine. It seems like almost every time. I don't even turn the thing off anymore. Probably not good for it, but you know, because it's every time I turn it on, it's like you have to update it, and then it's like heads or tails. You flip a coin. Is like, is it going to work today or is it not going to work today? So that's just how it is. But hopefully, if they've got it figured out, we can start getting, because you know there's a lot of stuff on the backlog of stuff that we should be getting. Scoaljo, any last thoughts?
No, not really, other than if you're on the fence about buying this pack, it 100% get it. I think it is one of the better $15 you'll spend for this table.
Yeah, and that's definitely a good note to end on, because I think a lot of people not really scared off, but kind of just like pulling back. Like they're like, this pack is a lot of older games, and you know they might think that, you know, they see a lot of like stuff that's like newer and, you know, and flashier. And it's like, that's what I want to get. And this other stuff, that's for people that had that nostalgia. But I'm telling you, dude, I don't have the nostalgia of playing these games. I never played Pinbot or Taxi in the wild, but I've had a lot of fun playing these games, and it's really deepens your appreciation for how good a design can be. So I think we'll end it on that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Thank all of you for actually joining and doing your streams and making my job easy. You might think that it was actually really hard, but it actually wasn't. And the last thing that we got to do is, I actually forgot, but let me just bring it up real quick. We had the award for who was going to win the that random viewer award. I don't know who got the highest score on every table. That's, like I said, I'm going to have to go in tomorrow. I'm going to have to actually watch this whole stream from beginning to end and see who got the highest scores on all these games. But the thing is that one thing here, I'll put myself full screen so you guys. One thing was that I have to pick a random game of those three, and then whoever picked that game and got closest to the high score is going to get an award. So let me go ahead. We had Taxi, we had Pinbot, and we had Whodunit. And I will just do this little random wheel right on the screen. There, can you see that? Wait, no, my camera's over here. Here we go. Hey, guys, this is about. I don't have a high budget system over here, guys. You ought to see what I'm working with. It's amazing that I can get this to actually work. Okay, here we go. Here's going to be the game. It's whoever got the highest score on Pinbot. Okay.
Oh, I'm out.
Whoever got I know
Yeah,
Ben was banking. Ben was banking on it being Taxi, because I'm pretty sure that was the only game he played all night. But whoever got the highest score on Pinbot tonight is the winner, and whoever picked the closest to the highest score as far as the fans gets the other win. So hopefully it was you.
Congrats for Nix.
Hey, it's probably Nick, right? But regardless, thank you guys so much for coming on. And you guys all have open invites for whenever we do the next one. We'll see what the next one will be. We'll find out on Thursday.
There's
all right?
Papa.
But all you guys take care.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for having, brother.